Hi everyone, I'm Matthew from Career Scout Japan.
And I'm Salome from our HR recruiting desk.
Starting off the new year, we wanted to share a short overview update on what we have seen in the HR market in Japan in 2025. These insights are based on year-on-year trends from the HR searches we've worked on, industry placements, and candidate activity across multinational companies.
In this video, we'll be covering three things: what's happening with HR hiring, which industries are driving demand, and what's happening with our candidates too.
The first trend that we noticed was a clear move in the market upwards. The most significant shift we saw in 2025 was a strong move towards senior and strategic HR roles. Demand for head of HR positions increased by nearly 60% year on year. HR business partner roles also continued to grow, while HR generalist roles declined by over 30%. This tells us that companies are moving away from purely operational HR models and investing more in leadership and business impact HR capability.
We also saw consistent growth in specialist HR functions. Compensation and benefits roles particularly increased by around 20% year on year. This reflects constant focus in pay competitiveness, cost control, compliance, and also retention at multinational companies across Japan.
The third industry trend that we saw was a life sciences leading growth. So this means an increase in roles within the life sciences sector. When we look at industries, the mix is shifting clearly. Life sciences showed the strongest momentum among the industries that we've been supporting, with HR placements increasing by around 40% from our company year on year. B2B remains the largest segment overall, but activity softened by roughly 25 to 30%, suggesting stabilization rather than a pullback. B2C saw a modest growth of around 50%, while services remained flat year on year.
On the candidate side, we saw a very different pattern. Despite increased demand for senior HR role, overall candidate activity remained largely flat year on year. Candidate engagement peaked mid-year but softened towards the year end, with Q4 lowering between around 15 to 20% in contrast to 2024. What this means is that while there was an increase in demand overall, the supply largely remained the same.
What this means for our clients? Well, for clients, this creates a tighter and more competitive HR market. With senior HR demand up sharply and candidate supply essentially unchanged, the best HR leaders are in short supply. Early engagement, faster decision-making, and clear role definition are becoming critical to successful hiring.
For HR professionals, the market is more active and more selective. Senior HR leaders, strong business partners, and specialists in areas like rewards are in the strongest position. We also continue to see that the first half of the year is the best time to explore new opportunities proactively. At Career Scout Japan, we focus on one thing: supporting small to mid-sized foreign capital entities in Japan to hire exceptional professionals from HR, accounting and finance, and supply chain areas.
For companies, we're often called in when a key back office leader resigns suddenly, or when traditional agencies just aren't delivering the right kinds of candidates, especially for hands-on playing manager roles.
And for candidates, we work closely with professionals seeking to make a real impact at growing organizations. Not just fill a role, but join a company where they can have real use of their expertise.
Because we're highly specialized, we can usually move very quickly, usually delivering 3 to 5 pre-screened, well-matched candidates within 48 hours of starting a search. And we don't just rely on job boards or LinkedIn. Many of the candidates and opportunities we work with come from trusted, long-standing relationships built in this niche market. So whether you're hiring or you're considering your next move, we act as a true partner, providing targeted advice and deep market insight, and a more focused, more personal approach than many of the larger firms.
If you'd like to connect in 2026, we'd be happy to do so and catch up.
Thank you again for watching the video, and we wish you a strong start to the new year in 2026.